Good morning, everyone. It's May 26th, 2021. We're right in the middle of FQS Stitch Maynia, and so I'm going to kind of jump right in, show you what I've been working on. When Stitch Maynia finishes, we do have a lot of sew-alongs planned. Some of them we'll talk about today, and then some of them we'll talk about in 2 weeks. So even though Stitch Maynia is going to end, we're still going to have a ton of stuff to stitch on. So I'm super excited, and we will be doing Jolly July, where we do Christmas projects with Priscilla and Chelsea. And so I do know they're going to come out with some new Christmas charts for that, and then we'll do that. And then we have some stuff planned for August. We have stuff planned for September. We have Stitchtober planned for October also. So we have a ton of stuff in the works. Super excited to be here today. I'm going to kind of show you what I have worked on this week. I did want to let everybody know that I'm going to be off next Wednesday, so no FlossTube next Wednesday because I'm going on vacation with my little kids and Kevin. So I will miss you, and I'll probably be wishing I was here because I'm not sure about my vacation, but we're going to see. We're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to start with this one. This is Fresh Cut. So I'm almost done. This was a pattern that we released in the Stitch Quarterly. So I feel like my colors, I should have just gone with the colors that were on the pattern. I don't love my choices. This green is just too strong. I think once it's finished, it might kind of calm down a little bit. And then I did cheat and do this one. So this is the stitch I need to do tomorrow. So all I have left are 3 flowers here, 3 flowers here, and then the little dots at the front. And on the little dots, I just carried it over. And you can't see it. And I'm stitching this on the Farmhouse by Holt, 14 count. So this will be done by this week. So super exciting. The best thing about FQS Stitch Maynia is at the end, I have a lot of finishes. So that really makes it worthwhile because it kind of forces me to finish stuff quicker than I might have otherwise. The next one is by Holt. It's Stitchy Stars, and I started working on it this morning. I did some of it this morning. So this week I did star 5 and star 6, and then this morning I started with my white so that I can go ahead and get ahead a little bit. So when I'm doing these stars, I do all of the white first, and then I just go from the lightest color to the darkest color. I did want to show that I'm using Weeks Dye Works, and I'm doing the loop method. And so the loop method is where you just use one strand and you get less variegation, but I got a lot of variegation even though I did the loop method. So even though you're doing the loop method, I think you're still gonna get variegation. And then usually I just put it right here. And then this one, I'm gonna finish it just like Lori did, where we put it on the little board from Hobby Lobby. And I think yeah, it's from Michael's actually. I'm gonna finish it this way too. And so this will be done in a couple of days. You'll probably see it in a couple of days. So excited about that will be done. And then the next thing I worked on was Sail Away. And this is our PDF. The last part, let me make sure I get the pattern. The last part is coming out this Friday. So it's a fat quarter shot pattern. I'm stitching on Touch of Blue. This is the back. So the back looks pretty good. And this week, it only took me about 5 hours to do the boat, and I say that like in jest because, oh my gosh, I thought I was never gonna finish it. So what I did do is I started up here and did the little pole, and then I outlined the ship, the bottom of the ship, and then filled in. And then I came back and I outlined all the white and then filled in. Outlined the white, filled in, and then I did the waves last. And then over here, it's gonna be about this big. So I think it'll only take me about 3 hours. So if you have bought this PDF, you will get an email Friday morning with the final piece, and then if you're interested, we'll still sell it after. And Deborah's asking what color is your fabric, and on this one, it is Touch of Blue 14 count Aida by Witchell. And if you meant another one, just let me know and I can tell you. And this is my favorite part, even though it was the hardest. I really like and I love this bag. The bag is like the perfect size. So we've been kind of testing. When you'll notice when we sell these bags, we're doing like different sizes to kind of see what gets the best response, and so that we can kind of just see what does better. So some are smaller, some are bigger, and we're just doing it to kind of see what kind of response we get. Can you show the back of your Stitchy stars? Are you carrying your white? So I just kind of go, like I'll do like a, let's see, I'll do a square and then I kind of go over here. So I'm not sure if I carry it. I kind of just stitch to the next area. Like under here, that looks like maybe that's just thread drawn. So, and then I have a question on Sail Away. How do you stitch the words? It appears there are 2 threads. So I'll pull that one back out. Okay, I did this about 3 weeks ago. So on the words, I just did them row by row. I didn't outline or anything. I just kind of started here and then went down. I didn't outline. That's not enough to outline. Now the anchor, I outlined the white and then just filled in the blue. So on the letters, I don't feel like there's enough to outline. So I just kind of do it stitch by stitch. Here, when it's a big area, I'll outline. And I learned that from Priscilla. I actually never even thought about that in all the years I was stitching. So I used to have to count every single row. And since then, I have got that down. Okay, so they want to know what fabric I'm using on Stitchy Stars. So I'm going to pull that back out. I'm using the called for. I do know that. So I'm using Oatmeal Aida, 14 count by Lori Holt. And the model was stitched on 25 count, but the Oatmeal has modeling on this side and then not modeling on this side. And I'll show you the sample. And you'll see the difference between the Lugana and the Aida. So this is the 14 count Aida. It's going to be a little bit smaller because this is 25 count, which actually comes out to the equivalent of 12 and a half, because 25 divided by 2. So mine is a little bit smaller. The colors look pretty much the same, the fabric. Sometimes when you buy fabric, it'll look different even though it's the same color, just because each like fabric base will dye a little bit differently. So this is the one that Cheryl made. And let's see, we have a question. Does DMC thread ever get old, and how can you tell? I don't think it does. When does the next Stitch Quarterly ship? Mid to late June. This next one I'm so excited about. Okay, this one is Farmhouse Christmas. So this is a set of 9 patterns by Little House Needleworks, and we do sell a pack of all 9 if you want to have all 9. And this pattern is kind of what got me back interested in cross stitch, because I'm not too much on social media, but a lot of my friends started stitching this and I would see it on their social media page. So I really wanted to make it, and at the time I bought everything and I just never started. I did convert my colors to kind of a Kimberly, oh my gosh, my yellow scissors, I have them everywhere, to the Kimberly pack, and Denise is putting together a thread pack so that if you want to make it in my colors, and it'll tell you the Diane's colors and then my colors. And I'm starting with the same number of skeins that Diane did, but I am using 14 count. So, oh, I'm doing 16, so it should be the same. Sorry, it should be the same. So here it is. I got this done, and I was somehow thinking that this was going to be easier. Oh, hello, no, it's all filled in. It took forever. I really like my fabric choice here. I can be pretty critical of myself, but I do really like my fabric choice and my thread choices. I will say that I kind of grilled Kevin. He had to help me pick everything. So let's see what fabric I used. Let's see. I have to look at my little boat to remember. So I'm using, 16 count beautiful beige. And I also FaceTimed Lori Holt, and her and Kevin both vetoed me on the green that I wanted. So they won on the green. I thought it was funny that they both picked. Oh my gosh, Lori is saying she stitched the Stitchy Stars sample. Oh, sorry. That's so funny. Sorry, Lori stitched it. I'm going to send it back to you, I promise. So I'm doing one of these a month. So I will do number 6 next. And if you want this little layout with the border and then these little borders, that is free on the Little House Needlework site. But I really like this one. It did take me forever. Now, after I finish this one, I want to go straight into Glitter House Village. But I'm stuck on the fabric. And I've been stuck on the fabric for a long time. Let's see. Okay, the last one that I worked on this week is probably one of my favorites from this, because I haven't really done something with all. What is this blue doing in here? That is so funny. This blue definitely does not go with this. So I have no idea where that goes, but it doesn't go there. Oh my word. I wonder where that goes. Oh, I'm going to have to figure that out before I put all my stuff up, or I'm going to get to that pattern and not have it. So that's pretty funny. I don't know where that goes. Maybe one of my kids did that. So this is the one where I tried to put the word top and then I put it in the wrong spot, because obviously that's the bottom. So that's pretty funny. So I went ahead and did these 3 spools this week. Super easy because you don't have to think. You're just doing straight lines. And then the word is 2 colors. It's like a darker and then a medium. So all I have to do is put blessed in and I'm totally done. And I love the fabric. It's the Fabric Flare Pale Gray Gingham Check. And oh my gosh. Okay, so I wonder what this goes to. I have no idea. Oh, it goes to Stitchy Stars. And then I kind of keep my little bitty boards in each, and that just keeps my fabric. And this is the one where I did tape the pattern together. So it came on 2 pages. And what I did is I used really sticky tape, like that. It's Scotch tape, but it's more the sticky kind, so it wouldn't come off, and put it together so that I wouldn't have to figure out where the fold is, because that's just way too much work for me. And then that's what I have for, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the bag that I think it goes in. So it probably goes in here. And I'm going to answer any questions you guys have on any of the stuff that I have worked on. I love the bags being big enough to have an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet. The sail away is big enough. Did you do the red on the lighthouse first and then the white? No, I did not. Okay, on this one, I'm always careful with any red. So I started up here because I counted down right here. I started here. So I did all the grays, the whites, and then I did the yellow, then I did the white, and then the navy, then the red, and then the gray. Then I skipped, I did all the white, came back, did the red. Skipped down, did all the white, came back and did the red. So I always start with my white first, no matter what. I love the Farmhouse Christmas are the finishing directions in the pattern. So the finishing border is on the Little House Needleworks website. It is not on the patterns. Kimberly, which cross stitch patterns are you taking with you on vacation? Let me think. I'm gonna take calendar crates. There are 2 patriotic, really small PDFs from Priscilla and Chelsea that I want to take. I'm gonna take Flea Market Flowers, and there's one other. I'm gonna take an upcoming so long that I'm not gonna tell you about yet. That's what I'm gonna take. I did want to give a big thank you from Piggy. Valeria Bauer sent us a super chat last week that we forgot to shout out. And Michelle DeBarbalin also gave us a shout out last week. So I wanted to give them a thank you. And then, oh my gosh, again, Valeria Bauer today. Thank you for the wonderful classes. You are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And then Denise from Goose says, Happy Memorial Day from me and Miss Gracie. Thank you. Yes, I didn't even realize that Monday was a vacation yet. So I get a day off on vacation. How is my Kringles coming? Okay, so I haven't worked on it this month. I just have that last house to do. So I'm going to try to work on it. I'm supposed to work on it May 31st. I'm actually going to be on vacation, but I'm going to try to get a couple stitches in. But that will definitely be done by June. What is the glitter title you said? So Glitter House Village is a series that Country Cottage Needleworks did a couple of years ago, and I love the thread choices. But I just cannot find a fabric that I like enough, and I've got to find that fabric so that I can start it. And I'm going to start it after Farmhouse Christmas. Have you shown your Snow Village finish? If not, can you? Yes, I have. So we can link to the video I showed it in. I can also bring it in. We did get a question earlier this week about in the Snow Village is a banner and there are long stitches that go across, and someone asked me how I did mine and I had to look. I had to find a picture, and I just left those off because I thought they looked bad when I put them in. Are you doing Parade of Houses this year? No, so we did that last year. So this year I'm just doing a little bit different. And each year we'll do something different. I haven't decided what I'm doing for next year yet. Can you please post when you decide what you're going to stitch on for Glitter House Village? I really want to start this one too, but have no idea what to put it on. Yes, I just have to find something, and I have looked and looked and I kind of stuck. Good morning. Wondering for the kaleidoscope pattern what Aida cloth you would recommend. Let me see if I already put it in my book. I didn't put it in my book yet. I'm using antique white, and I think I'm doing 14 count, but you could also do 16 count. And the sample in the book is 25 count cloud by Lori Holt. Love to order from you. Your packaging is great and shipping time is so fast. Thank you. We try really hard. Can anyone please tell me what the name of the one with the barn in the corner Kimberly showed? My phone went out. That is Farmhouse Christmas. It's a set of 9 patterns. Okay, yeah, the blue from Stitchy Stars, yes. Are your colors for Farmhouse Christmas online anywhere? They are on the Coming Soon page. If you just search Farmhouse Christmas Thread Pack, they will be listed there, and we will have that probably in a week. We're waiting on the red to arrive. Do you plan on getting the Oh Christmas Tree stitch back in stock? Yes. So we made more kits yesterday, but we will follow up and try to get, we ordered like 300 patterns, so we're waiting for them to come. We'll follow up and see where they are. I'm wondering if there will be stitching with the housewives mugs. I don't know. I guess we'll text Priscilla and ask her. I have no idea. When stitching the white in the boat, do you go vertical or horizontal? Let's see. I outlined it and then I just went vertical. No, horizontal, I think. Yeah, so I went horizontal, and you can tell because it looks like I did rows. Is the 25 count a little bigger than 14 count? Yes, because it's basically 12 and a half. How big is the Farmhouse Christmas fabric? Okay, so I bought the piece by Witchell. I can tell you the SKU number, and I just left it that size and put zigzag stitches on it. It is Witchell 355-321A, so I just left it that size and didn't cut it down. Where is the tiered tray from? It is from Fat Quarter Shop. We have some brand new tiered trays and some stuff to put in them. It's called Farmhouse Foundations Decor. So if you search Foundations Decor, you're gonna find it on our site, and it's really nice. Like, it's more expensive than what you would see in Hobby Lobby, but it's actually really nice. I'm gonna get one and take it home. Please demonstrate how you remove your creases when your project is complete. I just iron them, but I can add that to something in the future. Dina, For the 10 count pattern, say 6 strands and 4 strands. Would you do 4 strands of Cosmo? I would test in the corner and do either 4 or 6. Sometimes I'll use 6 and sometimes I use 4. So I have a pillow that's actually in my front entryway that's got, it's like a pink design. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I wanted that to be like more pillowy and more chunky, so I did 6 strands. If I want it to be more of a picture, I'll do 4 strands. I was looking on your site for a gingham and not the light gray, something bolder. Do you know any fabric in Aida? I prefer 16 or 14. We can ask Fabric Flare if they can do some darker colors. We do have a couple of other colors that they have, but we can ask them if they have darker colors. We can maybe ask for a black and white. Will Lori ever come out with 16 count Aida? Sure, I'll tell her and she'll do it. I'm sure she will. Good morning from Montana. I'm working on stitches from the heart cross stitch. Yay! What color of Lori's 25 would you recommend for Farmhouse Christmas? Farmhouse. She has a color called Farmhouse. I would use that one. Oatmeal would also look good. It might be a little dark. Will you be getting in the 4th day of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews? Yes. Lori says, good morning from Utah. How are you, Stitchy friends? We are great. I'm about to fly over Utah. And Deborah is stitching on July calendar crates. I'm going to finish that on vacation so that when I get back, I can start August. So if you haven't seen August, it's so cute. Priscilla and Chelsea showed it in their video on Sunday. It's all these sunflowers. I'm going to try to get release number 4 of Serendipity. I'm behind. Awesome. You don't have to worry about being behind. And then Doreen is working on Chickadee from Prairie Schooler. So that's awesome. So I'm going to move into Flea Market Flowers Sew Along. And on this actually starts next week. All the information is on our blog. The blog is called The Jolly Jabber. And I'm going to show it to you up close. I know you've seen it before. This is the most popular pattern that Lori Holt has published, which is pretty awesome. And then we're going to show you the pop-up of the dates. So by next June 2nd, which is next Wednesday, you'll want to have part 1 done, which is in the top left. I'm going to be out of town that week, so I'm going to work on that on vacation. And then when I come back, I should have part 2 done, which is in the middle top. So I can kind of show it to you in person here. So this would be part 1. And then this will be part 2. And I am going to tell you what I'm stitching on. I'm stitching on 14 count pale gray gingham by Fabric Flare. So that's the gingham. I am going to use called for DMC with 2 color changes. So I'm going to tell you my color changes real quick. And I've shown them in another video. I changed just a couple of the colors. So I changed 922 to 3853, 729 to 744, 471 to 472, and 937 to 471, 3345 to 470, and 3814 to 3851. And so really kind of what I changed was the more autumny colors. I made them a little bit more springy. And I'm not sure how long this will take when you stitch on it. Let's see. So this is the Floss Keeper, and we have a little bit left, but once they're gone, they're gone. We did actually reprint some just because we ran out too fast, but it's so pretty. I just want to look at that. And this is the cloth that Cheryl stitched the sample on, which is Barley 25 count Lugana by Lori Holt. And I'm going to show you my part 1. I actually haven't finished all of part 1, I guess. So let's see. So this is what I'm stitching on, but I have to finish this, and then part 2 will be over here, and that's what I'm going to do on vacation. Now I might, when I'm on vacation, also do all of the little grids so that I can just fill it in. So mine is going to look a little bit different from the sample because you can see my yellows. You can see the changes in my yellows. Just a little bit. And the greens, I kept some of the greens. I just used a couple lighter greens. And so all 3 of my greens will be lighter than hers. So you can see the difference. But some of them are the same color. I just added one more lighter and took the dark out. So this, let's see. So mine will be a little bit smaller because this is the 12, basically 12.5 count, which is the 25 count. This is the 14 count. So I've got to do this whole section by the time I come back. And I didn't get that part done, but that's okay. So let me know if there's any questions on this sew along. Mine, I am going to be honest right here. Let me show you. I haven't had time to put mine on my thread thing yet. So mine are still on my little floss flowers. So, and I actually didn't buy anything for these. I pulled all of these out of my stash at home. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on the floss flowers now because I'm already kind of down the road. So let me know if there's any questions on this one. I'll probably roll this back up. Is there anything special we should do if we're joining the Stitch Along for Flea Market Flowers, such as hashtags or posting progress? So the hashtag is on the bottom of the screen. And you can just post it on social media, just anywhere. And I'm sure that we will share some of those. Where can we get the dates for each cross stitch section for Flea Market Flowers? I'm making the quilt from Folktale. The dates are on our blog. Is there a difference in color between Oatmeal 14 count and Vintage Country Mocha? They're pretty similar. What is the easiest beginner pattern for stitchers? Well, we have one coming that is going to be part of our beginner series. That'll be great. It'll be available in a couple of months. Hi from Switzerland. How do I know the right side of 25 count Lugana? It's either side works actually. It doesn't matter. There's not a right or a wrong side. Sometimes on some of the Aidas there will be a right and wrong side, but most of the others there's not. And you are just carrying the threads on the grids, right? So the thread pack is Lori's thread pack, and then if you want to change mine out, all you have to do is just like, let's see. So we carry this. Hold on, I don't think I understand the question. Oh, okay, this fabric right here is 25 count Barley, and then these are stitches. But so we carry the fabric, so we have that fabric, and then this fabric has the grids. Maybe this is 14 count Pale Gray Gingham by Fabric Flair, and it also comes in 16 count and 18 count. So we have everything we're showing you we sell, and it's so funny. I don't know why I put that one little stitch right there. I guess that was to mark where I'm supposed to go. And then I'm gonna move on to, let's see, Serendipity. Oh, okay, so Serendipity, row 6 is gonna release, can I see the finished one? Serendipity row 6 is gonna release this Saturday or Sunday, which is June 1st. We've raised $76,509. And so when I come back on June 9th, I will have that done. And that will be these flying geese right here. So on June 1st, this will come out, and then you'll almost be done. And then June 15th will be the bottom row. And Priscilla finished this for me, from Priscilla and Chelsea. And then Shine On, I went ahead and kind of power stitched this. Oh my goodness, I'm almost done. So I really spent a lot of time. So I'll show you the chart. We worked on, let's see, week 11. So week 11 is that big section kind of in the center. Week 12 is on the right. That's what I needed to have done this week. I went ahead and did week 13 since I'm out of town so that would be done. And I started week 14 because when I get back, I need to have that done. So if you look here, I got that done and this done. This is what I needed to have done next week, next week. Yeah, next week. But then this needs to be done when I get back from out of town. So I just have 2 little motifs to do, and I'm gonna try to do those before I go out of town so that when I get back. Now I won't take this one on vacation, and the reason why is it's white. And I have 4 little dirty kids, and they have sticky fingers, and they like to eat a lot of ice cream, and so I just don't trust myself with having something white. So you'll notice a lot of what I take is a darker fabric, because if it gets dirty, it's fine. And here's the back. This is 18 count antique white by Witchell, and I'm using the called for Cosmo. I am stitching over 2 strands, so it's pretty thick. And I don't know, that right there is bugging me, that little red dot, so I might change that out. It's a little sticking out a little bit. Do you have the flea market flower in a PDF version? So we will in a few months. Is there glass on the finished piece of flea market flowers? No. So let me show that to you again, and I can actually tell you where Lori got that framed. So the sample was pieced by Cheryl, and let me put it the right way. This done, let me find the pattern. It's a place in Salt Lake City. Let me just find the pattern real quick. It was custom framed, and we didn't list the place. It's the same place in the Kaleidoscope book. I'm trying to think of the name. So Lori, can you tell us where you got it framed? So it doesn't have glass. This is a barnwood frame that doesn't have like a very big finish. And then she did this. It's like an inset right here. And so if you wanted to do it, get it framed exactly the same way, I'm going to give you the name of the store. It is called Craft Center of Fine Stitchery, and it's in Salt Lake City, and that's where she got it done. So if you want to do the same thing. And if you want to see how dangerous I am, look, I just saw this, and look, I've got a needle just sticking right out. Just chilling. That little needle's just chilling. What the heck? So who knows how that needle got there? Oh my gosh, that's probably me just sticking it there. That's so horrible. Yeah, the Craft Center. Can you show some of the new designs? Yes. How do you get stains out of Aida? Okay, so one thing that I do a lot of is I use a Tide stick or Tide pen. I use that a lot. I'm wondering if you can see the thread behind the empty holes between each grid stitch. No. So I'll show it to you again. So I don't think you can see it here. We can zoom in a tad and then I can show you mine, but I don't think you can see it. So I don't think you can see between, and then here, I don't think you can see that either. And I have gotten some questions before on where do you start on this gingham? Like, do you start in a particular spot? And I don't, I just pick a spot. I just measure 2 inches down and just start. And then I'm gonna show you my previous finish feature, which is by Little Stitch Girl. And the pattern is called Blossom House. And I stitched this in January 2020, which feels like such a long time ago, even though it really wasn't. I used all of the called for DMC colors. And the only thing is I made the house DMC 3766. And this is 10 count Farmhouse vintage cloth by Lori Holt. And Priscilla finished it, and this is Lori's vintage trim. And then she added a bow, and this is a frame from Hobby Lobby. It actually stands up. It's no longer available though. So I wanted to show you that. And then I kind of winged the, what are those called? Lazy Daisies. I don't think they look great, but now that it's been a while, I think they're kind of okay. I'm not a fan of doing those. but this one is in my house. It's out quite a bit actually because it matches my house. And then I wanted to show you our club feature, which I have dropped somewhere. I don't know where I put it. So this was the thread that we shipped for NPI for the club for this month. It's pink floss. And I had it here and have no idea what I did with it. So when we find it, I will show it to you. The best thing about it is, and the reason I wanted to show it to you is, Jan Hicks took the 4 skeins from the NPI and stitched this, and this is a PDF using it. And I actually got to see it in person because I got to see Jan a couple of weekends ago. So it's beautiful in person. And when I saw it, I thought, how do you see those holes? It's so crazy. But I did have it this morning, so who knows what I did with it. So we'll show it to you if we find it. And then I wanted to show you our flash sales for today. The first one is Where There Is Life, and this is from 2020 with collaboration between Country Cottage and Little House. And then this is also a flash sale. This is Lori Holt's tin that has stationery in it, and it has 12 cards and 12 envelopes, and I use these all the time. And then some of our new items are, this shipped if you're in the club. This is a sampler of the month July. And I did get a question last week of if I'm going to keep the threads the same color or if I'm going to make them more Americana, and I'm going to keep them the same. And I actually might take this one with me on vacation. We'll see. It's really pretty. These are like little I think they're like little men, like little Uncle Sam's. And then from Priscilla and Chelsea, this one is from last Friday. It's called Happy Camper. Sorry, I'm gonna crack up over here. And then this is Bless This Farm. This one came out today, and this is one of the ones that has a free pattern in it. So this one is, in the inside, the bonus pattern is a milk cow. So it's got like a little milk jug, and then it's like one of those cows that gives milk, whatever those are called. I don't know anything about farm animals. Stitch Card I is coming out next week if you are in the Lori Holt Club. And we have the thread pack now. And somehow magically I found the thread. I don't know how that magically appeared. So there is there's the thread that goes with that pattern. So if you're in the club, you got that. And it's all messed up because it was under my chair. It's so pretty. So I am collecting these. And then we did get some Plum Street sampler patterns. So this one is Hedgerow, Flirting, Flag Flock, Always Remember, and Equality Sampler. So I think that Cheryl will probably stitch one of these. I'm not sure which one, but I'm sure she will. And then I'm going to answer any questions you guys have. I did want to give you a reminder that next week I'm going to be on vacation, and I'll still answer questions though. We did have some follow-up questions. We had a question last week on the So Handy sticker set from Lori Holt, and those are the stickers that I use to sticker the back of my needle cases, and that will come back in stock in July. And we did get a question about Kermit from Picture This Plus. Oops. So we reached out to Picture This Plus, and we have 11 colors on order, and they're shipping seven of those colors this week. We're hoping Kermit is in that batch, but they didn't tell us which color. So we are getting some more Picture This Plus back in stock. And there was a question if we have a refill stationery set. So we don't. We just had them all made out of, they're just all together. And I did want to show you some new stuff. Behind me is a tiered tray, and I'm going to show you some fun stuff that you can put in your tiered tray. And these will be great to use with Priscilla and Chelsea patterns. So there are little jingle bells. I already took this one home. These are little pine cones, and they're actually really nice. So you're gonna see the prices on this are a little high, but the quality is actually really good. And then you might have seen this on Priscilla and Chelsea's channel. We're going to show you the tier tray. So I'm going to actually take it home. I'm not going to take this one home. I'm going to buy one. So this is actually already in my sewing room. So these are just little, it's called Foundations Decor. And these are little candlesticks. But what you could do is put a small finish, like one of Priscilla and Chelsea's, and like stand it up on there, like glue it. And there's 2 different sizes. And this is like the little stuff. I don't want to take it off because it comes like that. So there's actually Christmas, 4th of July, and Halloween. And then these I'm definitely buying. So this is one of those things that I selfishly bought just so I could buy all the things. These are little pumpkins, and there's 3 different sizes, and they give you kind of a example of how you could decorate your tier tray. And it's really nice wood. I mean, it's really nice. So that's just something new that we added that I thought would be fun. Okay, so Susie says, I love the sail away, but I'm brand new. Will it be too hard? I think it's kind of hard for a beginner because it's a lot of stitching. So I would probably build up your skills a little bit. And it does use a lot of white, which is the hardest color for me to use personally. Will lamb's wool work in place of beautiful beige for sampler of the month? Yes, I do think it will. Can you carry a NPI pack with extra skein for Jan Hicks season of lace for those not in the club? So I don't think we sell them leftover, but we sell all the SKUs individually. So just buy them individually. It's the same. How long did it take you to do flea market flowers? Let me look. Oh, I think it took about 8 hours. I didn't write it down. I think 8 hours. Okay, Stephanie says, in my refrigerator right next to my picture of sweet tea. What is the weirdest place you've ever found a needle? Oh, that would be in Kevin's foot. And, yeah. Oh, outside by the pool. That's funny. On top of the coffee maker. Oh my God. Yeah. What is an Aida equivalent to barley? Cream. Or ivory. What do you measure down 2 inches with? With this little cross stitch key and this little corner right here. I just throw that on my piece. And if I don't have this, I just guess. Just got on. Did you show your home sweet home? I'm stitching it now and want to see yours. It's at Priscilla's house. So we'll show it when she finishes it. And she has a cute little grandbaby. Her name is JoJo. She's so cute. I gotta send a gift. There's a holder for farm market flowers. Do you cut your skeins? Oh, your skeins at 18 inches. Okay. I take my DMC and cut it into eight different strands, which comes out to about a yard. How are you keeping your projects wrinkle-free, and how do you de-wrinkle? So when I'm in the process of making them, I just throw them in my bag. If I was only doing 1 or 2 projects, I would be a little bit more careful, but I'm honestly stitching 24/7. Like, I don't even know. I haven't even slept very much. I don't know if you can tell, but I stayed up super late last night, which is so unlike me, but I'm just trying to get stuff done. When I finish, I just iron it. How do you start and end the threads on your backs? I use the loop method, and I demonstrated that in Stitchy Talk in January 2021, how I do that. Are the dates for the stitch along when we start or when we should finish? When you should finish. Home Sweet Home is behind you. Oh, that's not Home Sweet Home, but I'll show it. Oh, it is behind me. Okay, I'll show it. Let me show it real quick. So we'll turn the camera off. I'll show it. And it's not my sample though, but I can show it. It's Cheryl's. So this is the sample that Cheryl made, and she used all the same thread, and Priscilla's gonna finish it the same exact way, but this one is Cheryl's. But yes, mine technically is at Priscilla's house. I know you don't like back stitching, but I've been thinking of back stitching all the white and the darker gray. What do you think? Oh, I would do a little bit and see how it looks. I hate back stitching. That's probably why I haven't finished crinkles, because I know that I'm gonna have to back stitch. I mean, if I was gonna do that, I would just kind of start with one strand and do a little bit of section, and then I would kind of put it like a couple of feet away, step back, look at it, see if you like it, and then keep going. That's the thing with back stitch, is you have to kind of step away from it to see if it looks decent. Piggy wanted to say thank you to Pam Chamberlain, Princess P. Holly Martin, and Casey Walters for super chats. And Holly says thank you for keeping us inspired. Hope you have a great vacation. We will miss you. Yes, we are going to Yellowstone, and so we're gonna do I'm excited about all of it except one thing. So we're gonna do like wilderness tour, Grand Tetons, I don't know, we're doing all this outdoor stuff, so I'm good with all of it. What I'm scared of is we're doing whitewater rafting, and I am deathly afraid of water. I don't get in water, but I told Kevin I'll do it because I don't want to like spend like that many hours away from them. So I'm gonna do it, but I told him I have to be in the very middle of the boat. And so we're gonna get a picture of it, but that's gonna be the last time that I agree to do that. Why don't you like back stitching? Isn't that what you do to outline? Yes, I just am very critical of my work, and I feel like it sometimes just doesn't come out as perfect as I would like it to. And I prefer to pick designs that don't have back stitching so that I don't have to do it. So no Stitchy Talk next week. Okay, so Stitchy Talk, we're moving to June 8th, which is the Tuesday when I get back. And I would love for you to comment in the comments and let me know what you would like me to stitch on for that Stitchy Talk, because I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. So I could do an ironing tutorial. That's something that we could add to the beginning of it since we've gotten so many questions. I'll have to bring my iron though, because the iron here is not cooperating. And so I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I read all of your comments, so please leave any comments that you have for me or my team, and we will check them out, and I will be back in 2 weeks. Y'all have a great week. See you next time.